Okay, I'm late with this, but I'm going to talk about it now. Batman and Superman. You know what? Excuse me. Let's talk about this one first because Batman and Superman deserves to be for last. Like you said, I'm a DC guy, and I'm going to do DC last because I have a lot to say about DC. The Avengers Age of Ultron. I have no complaints with it. I think it's a good move. I think it's the best move. I love it. I have no complaints. This is a great villain, a great arc. Not the new one, the old one. Not the new one that's out with Marvel now. That bullshit. I hate that one. I mean the old one. I wouldn't say go Earth Mightiest Heroes with it, but go far with it. This can be a good one. I always look at Ultron as a villain similar to Brainiac in DC, and I look at Brainiac as a villain similar to I look at Brainiac and Ultron as the same people because intelligent life forms, intelligent robotic life forms, that are mankind's destructions. The Ultron though, Ultron's a little bit different than Brainiac. His character was created by the Avengers, and you know what? I'm not even gonna give history on the Ultron. If you don't know who Ultron is, Google it. And there's a lot of stuff on him. They actually have the book of Age of Ultron. No wonder they got the series out because they knew this shit was coming. I have no complaints with the decision Josh Whedon's doing. Whedon's a smart guy. I have no complaints with him. I think this movie will do well, like the last one. Hopefully they don't go to Disney with it because Disney's been having their hand in the cookie jar lately. Overall, I'm happy. I'm psyched for this movie. I think this movie will gross to $1 billion. So, Ultron, other than Thanos, yeah, I think it's a good move. They say they're trying to get Galactus. They ain't getting Galactus, please. If they get, I guess they said fuck Galactus. We got Ultron. We got fucking this. I mean, they got a lot of characters they can use. Plus, I don't think they're gonna use the Masters of Evil because, as you've seen in Iron Man villains, his villains are so wacky that I wouldn't even use him for a one-shotter, Marvel one-shot. That's so bad. Captain America villains too. The only villain that I saw that was really worth TV-wise is Loki, and Loki has a fan base. It's just, my friend, she loves Marvel, and I'm a DC guy, so we always have the fights and stuff about it. But I might be, going to DC. I might be going back to Marvel. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not going back to Marvel. I'm staying with DC. Overall, like I said, I'm psyched for this movie. I love Ultron as a villain. He's a cool villain. I think he's a right move from that whole invasion alien thing they did with the first movie. And you gotta go bigger. You can't go smaller. And Ultron is pretty big. So I think they're doing the right decision. And plus Josh Whedon behind it. So what can you expect? Moving to this. DC announced a Batman Superman movie. Now it's also been announced it's Batman vs Superman. Oh Lord, why? Look, I have no complaints for having Batman and Superman together. It's been a long time coming. They should have got this movie out years ago. Problem is, Batman vs Superman. Fuck that title. Fuck this movie. I'm a huge fan of Batman. Batman got me into comics. I'm a huge fan of Superman. I like Superman because he has these good villains that he can fight. But if I never liked the Richard Donner movies. I always liked Christopher Reeve as Superman, but I never liked the Richard Donner movie because they made him too invincible. Superman Returns, I never care for that shit. The Man of Steel, I like that one because it makes him human. Because let's face it, Superman has not been human for a long time. The only Superman that I really, really enjoyed, that I had no complaints with it, was probably the Bruce Timm Superman because they handled him right. They did him right. They did the Batman and Superman right. Even though Batman punched Superman, it was a little wink to the fans. They need to go by that. Because if they go with the Dark Knight Returns bullshit angle, it's gonna piss off fans. It's gonna piss off a lot of people. I don't know why they keep going back to that fucking book. There's so many more books of DC that Superman and Batman have took on, but they won't pick it up. Everything has to be Frank Miller. Frank Miller. Frank Miller. He did a good. He made some great books, but when it came down to Superman, he fucked over Superman. He really fucked over Superman. So I'm not too happy about this, but then again, this is a better move than that whole Justice League movie. So you know what? I take it with a grain of salt. So right move from DC and Marvel. From DC. Marvel, they're doing their thing. I have no complaints with them. So yada yada yada. Also, I hope they find the right villain, because if they use Lex Luthor and Metallo, this movie's done. It's done. Overall, those are my thoughts on the San Diego Comic-Con a week ago. So yeah, I'm a little psyched for Superman and Batman. I'm more psyched for the Avengers Age of Ultron, because I'm a fan of that shit. But overall, of Age of Ultron. But overall, that's it. So like and subscribe, y'all, and peace.